So, there is a new free-to-play looter shooter on the horizon. Thank feck, definitely want more looters. This one is a third-person sci-fi shooter with huge alien bosses for you to test your skills against, which definitely has my interest peaked. In fact, I think I seen the third Ore Mother in there somewhat, and now I'm thinking Monster Hunter style, only futuristic. It has unique characters with their own skills, loads of weapons, customization, dynamic action, and more. This is called the first Descendant, and it's going into beta later this year in October, and it is a new IP from Nexon Games. Now, the trailer they released today looks very flashy. It's on the Unreal 5 engine, which means the gameplay, of course, looks super crisp. It also looks like it might have taken minor influence from some of your favorite looter shooters. So what is this game about? What are you going to be doing in it other than looting and shooting, of course? It is a 4-player co-op looter shooter set in a sci-fi fantasy world where you have to defend it with your friends, if you have any, against someone called Karel, the big grey-faced git in the trailer. Happy chap, isn't he? And his army of alien invaders, which look almost like a clone army. Now, the upcoming beta will have 10 playable characters for you to choose from, some of which you're seeing in this footage from the trailer today. An electric character that can run really fast and zap enemies, a fire-based female character that can set the world on fire like some kind of AoE attack, a big tanky guy who can pop some kind of iron-like skin on him while he smashes into the ground. We've got a guy with guns built into his arms. There's another female character with a ghost-like floating robot on her shoulder. There is also another guy that can pop up shields in front of him, kind of like Reinhardt from Overwatch. It looked in the original trailer, not the one today, but one of the earlier ones, like there was some kind of big walled-off city with a floating orb above it. So each character is said to be distinct with different fighting styles. There also seems to be a pretty big emphasis on using the grappling hook, which you're seeing in the trailer. Now, the press release information I've seen mentions some bosses needing players to grapple up onto them in order to pull parts of them off. Not like that, which you get to see in this footage. Also not like that. The huge bosses have their own gimmicks, abilities, and difficulties for you to master as well. Each character will be able to equip 3 guns, 4 pieces of secondary equipment, whatever that is, maybe grenades, health packs, and so on, as well as equipping sub-weapons. You'll be able to chop and change your weapons or your loadouts depending on what boss you're going to fight against. It does briefly mention character progression in the form of upgrading your weapon stats, enhancing your character, and adding new abilities as well. So there is character progression. Overall, it sounds pretty good. I mean, super powerful characters with their own elemental damage or elemental abilities or defensive abilities, loads of weapons, upgrades, progression, huge bosses with different difficulties. It's hard to say no to any of that until I guess we see a lot more of actual gameplay and until we see the microtransactions that's going to be added into it, because it is, after all, a free-to-play game, so it will have to have some kind of monetization added to it. And in the past, other free-to-play games, looter shooters included, have gone really overboard with their aggressive storefronts, and I'm really hoping after hearing so much about this game that this isn't one of them, but only time will tell. Because they do mention character decorations, colourful weapons, and additional effects in the press release for the game as well. So again, time will tell. Now, the first Descendant is coming to PC. Like I said, the beta is on Steam later this year. Then it will be out on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X as well. But let me know in the comment section below whether you like what you've seen or heard, or what you didn't like. Have a great day, and as always, thanks for watching.